The secret of the Emerald Eye. Daniel took a deep breath, the crisp mountain air filling his lungs as he gazed up at the jagged peaks that seemed to scrape the sky. He had always dreamed of this adventure solo hiking in the remote wilderness, far away from the chaos of city life. But as he tightened the straps of his heavy backpack, a sense of trepidation crept in. He was alone, unaccustomed to the sounds of nature that now surrounded him. After a solid day of trekking, dusk began to settle and Daniel realized he was far from the campsite he had charted on his map. The sun dipped below the horizon, and with it, the temperature plummeted. He glanced at his watch. Nightfall was upon him, and he had no choice but to set up camp. Using his headlamp, Daniel gathered dry branches and twigs, carefully building a small fire. As the flames flickered to life, he felt a wave of relief wash over him. The warmth was comforting. He prepared a meal of trail mix and jerky, savoring the simple flavors. Yet, even amidst the tranquil crackle of the fire, a gnawing anxiety lingered. He was far from any sign of civilization. The night wore on, the sounds of the wilderness awakening. Owls hooted in the distance, and the rustle of leaves sent shivers down his spine. He knew he was safe, yet the isolation played tricks on his mind. Just as he settled down to sleep, he heard a rustle outside his makeshift camp. Heart racing, he clutched his pocket knife, eyeing the darkness where the noise came from. As he peered into the blackness, a large silhouette emerged. Was it a bear? Panic surged through him, but he remembered the advice he had read about wild animals. Make noise, don't turn your back. Gathering his courage, Daniel shouted, his voice echoing against the mountain walls. The figure paused, then slowly turned away, disappearing into the shadows. The next morning brought a new sense of determination. Daniel packed his belongings, resolved to navigate back to safety. He followed the sun, using it as a guide, but soon found himself at the edge of a sheer cliff, with no way down. The path had vanished, replaced by crumbling rocks and threatening slopes. The fear of being trapped gnawed at him, but he couldn't give up. With steady hands, he searched for footholds, using his climbing skills to navigate downwards, each step a battle against gravity and uncertainty. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, sweat dripped from his brow, but he pressed on. The thrill of the climb coursed through him, pushing the fear away. Finally, he spotted a trail below, faint but visible. A surge of elation propelled him down the last few meters, and landing safely on the path felt like victory. He trudged onward, heart pounding not just from exertion, but from the thrill of overcoming his fears. Hours later, exhausted but empowered, Daniel reached a small village nestled in the valley. As he entered, villagers greeted him with warmth, their smiles reflecting his own sense of triumph. He shared tales of his adventure over steaming cups of tea, their laughter filling the air. In that moment, surrounded by newfound friends and the beauty of the mountain, Daniel understood the essence of his journey. It wasn't just about survival. It was about pushing boundaries, discovering strength within, and embracing the unpredictable path of adventure. As he gazed at the peaks that had once seemed daunting, he realized they had become a part of him, a reminder that even in solitude, he was never truly alone.